Boom shakalaka, can Bitcoin hold this very bullish pattern? Plus, we're going to be taking a look at the top 6 altcoins today based on a strategy that picked out 50% of the top altcoins last week. Stay tuned. What's up everyone, Randall here from Crypto Love. Today's video, we're taking a look at can Bitcoin hold this very bullish pattern plus the top 6 altcoins today. Before we do, make sure to like, subscribe, click the notification bell. Also come join us over on Twitter at the Crypto Love. Now, as of recently, yesterday or the day before, we were getting some short-term bearish predictions. The drop in illiquid supply ratio, this blue line here, and coins moving onto exchanges, also seeing some selling from the whales, potentially causing the Bitcoin price drop, this big red candle that we're seeing right here. Is this going to cause the price to continue going lower? Well, it turns out that actually today, the Bitcoin balance on exchanges on Coinbase has actually dropped. Look at this huge drop in balance on exchanges. So even though we saw some movement onto exchanges here, we're starting to see some movement off of exchanges here. And as it turns out, so far, asset managers and companies have accumulated 1.2 million Bitcoin worth $57 billion. It's becoming something very, very real in the world of traditional finance. While asset managers have accumulated 4% of Bitcoin supply, private and public companies have also amassed 1% each. They're eating it up. And I think that if you're worried about short-term bearish news, what you're missing out on is the bigger picture here. Guys, if you're scared about Bitcoin price going down, your time frame is too short. You have to reduce this equation here and find out that one Bitcoin is not $100,000 or $50,000, not $500,000, not $1 million, but actually infinity dollars. Because the Fed has said they have infinite money. They can print infinite money, and there's only 21 million Bitcoin. And guess what? They're being bought up by asset managers, companies all over. And because of that, we're going to see that one Bitcoin eventually one day is worth infinity dollars. So that brings us back to this. Can Bitcoin actually hold this trend? And I would hope that it does, because it's a very, very nice trend. And if it can hold it for like another week, it'll actually break us out of this long-term downtrend that Bitcoin has been in. And we'll know for a fact that we're in this green uptrend right here. But as for right now, we may see the price come back down, or we may see it go up. We'll kind of have to watch it. But in the meantime, guys, altcoins are going crazy. As a matter of fact, we're going to take a look at the top 6 altcoins today using a strategy that identified half of the week's best performing assets last week. That's right, the Vortex report, something that's available to everyone who uses Cointelegraph Markets Pro. You can see the Vortex Scoreboard right down here. This picked out half of the top performing altcoins last week. And if you haven't checked out Cointelegraph Markets Pro, I have a new partnership with them. There is a link down in the description and the pinned comment. Use that link, check it out. It is very worthwhile. Not even for the Vortex Scoreboard. The Vortex Scoreboard is pretty awesome if you're looking for what coins to look into. But these newsquakes up here, this allows you to front run the entire market. You get news before news companies get news, before people find out on Twitter, before anybody else. And I made a video a few days ago that showed that using these newsquakes, you can easily buy these before anybody else buys them. And then in the case that I showed a couple days ago, 3x your money in less than an hour. So based on that, we're going to take a look at Cointelegraph Markets Pro today, and we're going to take a look at the top coins on the Vortex Scoreboard. So the top coins today, we have Thorchain, Rary Governance Token, Flamingo, Reserve Rights, Origin Trail, and IOST. Now, I've been told that Thorchain is one of the more reliable coins to show up on the Vortex Scoreboard. When it gets a high Vortex score, generally it goes up. And I've also been told that anytime something goes above a 90 on the Vortex, maybe you should just buy it without even looking at the charts, but I don't recommend that, and clearly not financial advice or anything. So let's take a look at all of these coins today. I should also say that the altcoin in the alt season indicator right now is flagging alt season. That means we're going to see a lot more violent movement from altcoins than we would from Bitcoin. So first thing we do, we want to take a look at Thorchain. Now, we can see here, Vortex Scoreboard 90, and if we take a look, we can see the Vortex score here, this colored line, and then the price line, the white line there. And now we can see if there were any recent news quakes with Thorchain, which there are not, but the movement today, the Vortex Score, is actually, it compares a coin's current sentiment, Twitter activity, trading volume, and price movement to the entire history of that asset. A higher score suggests the current market conditions have historically been more bullish for a coin within 24 hours. So because all of these are up here, historically, based on artificial intelligence and machine learning, they would more likely do well in the next 24 hours. So Thorchain is flagging green right now, score of 90. And if we take a look right now, this is the chart of Rune versus US dollar. You can see that it very well follows this nice line on a log chart. And actually, not too long ago, we have a reverse head and shoulders right here. Okay, now reverse head and shoulders, that would put the height up about as high as the head. So we just measure that out and then move that up here. And when it's the same, we could see potentially, I don't know, maybe a $20 extending that far, potentially. Now that's just one. And Thorchain, the cool thing about this is you don't need to worry about what exchanges to get it on. Like I put the exchanges that you can get in the US, Coinbase, Binance US, Gate.io, and you can see it's available on Gate.io, but you could also put other exchanges that you have access to see where you could potentially buy that one. So that's Thorchain, that's Rune. Very high Vortex score, definitely worth taking a look at. Don't take this as buying advice, but take it as look into it yourself. Maybe if you agree with this chart, maybe if you think the price could go up, then it might be worth potentially investing in. The next one would be Rary Governance Token, RGT. This one just went into a higher green, Vortex score of 78. This one is not available on US exchanges that I know of, Coinbase, Binance US, and Gate.io. Could be available. It's available on a lot of decentralized exchanges, I believe, and like Uniswap, SushiSwap, Balaxy.Hu, Uniswap, Hotbit. But if we take a look at the charts here, well, the chart doesn't have too much going on. It seems like it's just been coming down from the top here. We could kind of draw that out a little bit. See this trend line right here. And it seems like it was a bit of resistance here, support here, and also kind of support here. Potentially, we might see the price take back off. So this one, I don't find too much convincing evidence, but it does seem like it's finding somewhat of a price floor right where it is. The next one, Flamingo, right now 69 cents, Vortex score 78. Again, the Vortex score is higher than it's been recently. This one you can get on Gate.io, but also Binance, OK Exchange, VCC, BitZ, Hotbit. And if we take a look at the charts on this one, it looks like it's kind of going up parallel to how it was going up previously back here in 2020. There was a bit of support that it found here at 28 cents. It also, what was resistance here and here, now could potentially be support at 68 cents, and we may not see any resistance until about $1 to $1.25 if it maintains its trajectory in this path. So this is one definitely worth taking a look at. That's Flamingo. The next one would be Origin Trail or Track. This one, Vortex score 74, right now 32 cents. Not available on US exchanges that I know of, but available on Bitmark, KuCoin, Uniswap, Bitforex, Uniswap, and 1inch. And if we take a look at the chart, this one has been following, since this was the end of 2019, it has been following this nice bullish trend. It seems like previous resistance here at this level of about 43 cents, it hit it again at 43 cents. However, we can see this wedge right here, and generally these wedges tend to flip over time, so it would be more likely for it to flip to this upside here, where it can continue most likely following this line on the upside. And then the next one would be IOST, right now at 4 cents, 75 Vortex score. This one's available on Gate.io, also BitHum, Binance, OK Exchange, and Upbit. And as we can see here, well, it looks like it is somewhat following potentially this bullish trend, finding support way back here at 1.5 cents. Now, it also looks like we may have some resistance coming up soon at about 5 cents, also at about 7 to 8 cents, but potentially we might break through them. Did just have a double bottom right down here. You can see bottom 1, bottom 2, broke through that point, and then had a clear gain. Double bottoms tend to be pretty reliable indicators. So that is IOST. And then we also have reserve rights, Vortex score 77, 5 cents right now. And you can see available on Gate.io, Binance, OK Exchange, Huobi, Upbit, and some others. And as we can see here, this one also seems to have this nice bullish trend, but it appears to me like we may be seeing some resistance right now because support here, potentially could be resistance right here at about 6 cents. So out of all of those, me personally, I would probably be most bullish on Thorchain, not only because it has this insanely high Vortex score, and a 90 and above is an insanely high Vortex score. So not only because of that, but also the chart's looking pretty good. We have 1, this trend line. We have 2, this head and shoulders. We have 3, this Vortex score. So because of that, it might be worth looking on Gate.io or Binance or FTX or CoinTiger, VCC to take a look at Thorchain. And guys, if you haven't, make sure to check out Cointelegraph Markets Pro. It's definitely worthwhile. The Vortex Scoreboard is awesome to find coins to actually take a look at, but also the newsquakes allow you to front run the entire market. This alone, you do one thing with Cointelegraph Markets Pro. You set alerts, and you can set them on Discord right here. You set alerts to let you know when there are Coinbase listings. You buy it immediately and then sell it within a day or two. Guess what? On average, you 58% increase your money every single time you do that. You do that 16 times, that turns $1,000 into $1 million. Simple as that. So guys, that's all for today's video. If you did enjoy it, make sure to like, subscribe, click the notification bell. There is a link for Cointelegraph Markets Pro down in the description and the pinned comment. I will catch you guys later. Have a good one. Peace.